All right. This evening we're going to be talking about Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, GA. And why these are the top 5 reasons you don't want to move there. Little disclaimer, I've never lived in Atlanta. I have been through there several times, spent short amounts of time there, and it was enough for me to realize I did not want to live there. Um, and it ranks at the top or near the top of a lot of categories that you would not want a city to rank in. So, in no uncertain order, here are the top 5 reasons not to move to Atlanta. Number 1 would be the crime. The crime is up there. Atlanta is always ranked in the top probably 25% of the most crime-ridden cities in the United States. The murder rates up there, auto thefts, just about every category you can think of. Atlanta ranks near the top, probably in the top 20 of all U.S. states, all U.S. cities for crime rate. Um, Even some of the suburbs around there are just through the roof crime rates, and it doesn't ever seem to get better. So that's something certainly to consider before moving your family to Atlanta. Number 2 on my list, and if you've ever driven through Atlanta, you know it's the traffic. Now it ranks behind some other cities like I don't know, Baltimore, D.C., Houston, Chicago, but you've got to remember that Atlanta is not population-wise that big a city. The metro area itself is 5 million, but the city population is around 450,000. But it's just congested, and I went through there at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I went through at like 9:30, 10 in the morning, and you're going to sit there, and it's crazy busy even in non-rush hour times. So if you have a commute at all in Atlanta, you're going to pay for it. It's not going to be pleasant unless you own a helicopter service. It's not going to be something you want to do several times a day. And so, having said that, let's move on to number 3, and that's the schools in Atlanta. They they are trying to get better over the years from what I've been following. I know several people who moved their families there for job reasons. In fact, I know nobody who's ever moved to Atlanta just because they thought it'd be a cool idea. But the schools, when you research them, most of them are getting graded in the F or D range. The suburbs tend to have a little bit better schools, and there's probably several reasons for that. I have no idea. I don't follow the suburbs that much, but Atlanta itself, if you're in the city limits, you're just going to have a hard time finding a quality school, a quality public school to send your kids to. And so that's certainly one thing you want to keep in mind. And moving on to number 4, the heat. The heat and the humidity. Someone told me once, I hadn't been there, they said, well, I looked it up and the average high in August is only 85. And I said, that's the average. Plus, you don't count in the humidity. Now, I've lived in the South all my life. The humidity is a killer. So, but combine this with the crime rate, with the traffic, and the high humidity, this suffering there, you can kind of see why the crime rate's so high. Everybody's so freaking hot and stuffy there that things just get out of hand. So, you again, this is something you take into account before you move to a city is the weather. And there are a lot of other places with lower crime rate, better traffic, and a heck of a lot better weather than Atlanta, GA. Okay, finally, number 5 is the air quality. Again, Atlanta, for no larger than it is, really, when you compare it to cities like New York, Chicago, and stuff, it always ranks near the top in poor air quality. So, and again, it's just, you got to wonder if the city infrastructure is just overwhelmed that they cannot get their pollution and air quality under control. Now they could ban all cars, but that town would, would die in a day because it's just that's what it lives on is the commute. So when you do live in a place that has high humidity, it tends to hold that pollution in place longer. So at poor air quality. So these are just 5 things you need to consider before you up and move your family to Atlanta, Georgia. The people are nice there. I've always loved the people there. But these other 5 things just well, no, not for me. And I know a lot of other people, I've known people have job offers there and it'd be a lot more than what they're making where they're currently at. And I said, Atlanta, GA? No. So, these are the things you need to consider for your family before you up and move to Atlanta, Georgia. And, you know now.